Hi everybody, it's time for book banging, hosted by Kelly over at Bella the Literati. In case you guys don't know what this feature is, it's just once a month we talk about our hot book boyfriends. So if you're not participating already, you should definitely jump on the bandwagon because it's super fun to talk about swoony book guys. This month's topic is the paranormal genre, and when I saw that, I was like, OMG, how am I ever going to narrow down my list of paranormal boys? Well, Kelly helped me out. She told us that she was going to be making vampires and angels their own separate categories. So I'm just like, thank God, because my list would have been so long. This video would have been like 20 minutes, and you guys would have been like, Rebecca, seriously, this is intense. So I have four for you. Four top book boyfriends from the paranormal genre. The first one is going to make Kelly extremely happy. It is Will Herondale from the Infernal Devices series by Cassandra Clare. Will Herondale is a shadow hunter, meaning that he fights demons and bad vampires and werewolves and other downworlders. He's I love Will, okay? So there's three words that can tell you exactly why I love Will. He loves books. We're done here. We're finished. I don't need to tell you guys anything else because he loves books. That is like the sexiest quality a man can have. Okay, besides that, he's also snarky and sarcastic. He's kind of a jerk throughout the entire series, but there's a good reason for it, and he truly cares about the people that he loves, and he'll literally put himself in pain for the rest of his life if it meant protecting the people that he loved. And it's that sense of honor that just, oh, it's so amazing, and it makes him so swoony, and I just love him. Here's a quote from him that is just, it's absolutely stunning. I just absolutely love this quote. It says, "We live and breathe words. It was books that kept me from taking my own life after I thought I could never love anyone, never be loved again. It was books that made me feel that perhaps I was not completely alone. They could be honest with me and I with them." Is that not stunning? Like, I want that quote, like, on my wall. Maybe I'll make, like, a canvas. I don't know if you guys saw my little canvases I made in my stocking stuffers. I'll link to that post below so you can check them out. Maybe I'll make a canvas for myself with that quote and put it on my wall, because that is just literally, like, the most perfect quote about books that I've ever heard. I love it. The second paranormal guy on my list is Magnus Bane from the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. Magnus is not a shadow hunter. He is the sexiest warlock alive. I love him. Everyone's all, Jace, we love Jace. And I'm like, step aside, Jace. Magnus Bane, front and center. Like, I just love him. He could shoot blue sparks out of his fingertips. Isn't that so cool? I want my boyfriend to be able to shoot blue sparks out of his fingertips. That's awesome. Magnus is always willing to help his shadow hunter friends, and more importantly, Alec. He's just like, he's so confident and sure of himself. He wears like the most ridiculous outfits ever, but he doesn't care what anybody thinks of him, and it's that like strong, self-assured attitude that he has that just like draws me to him. I love him. He's so sexy. The quote that I chose for him is, "We're all drawn towards what's beautiful and broken." And I just really love that quote that he says. It's because I think it's really true of humanity, and I really love it. The third guy on my list, most of you probably aren't going to know. His name is Acheron, and he is actually a minor character in the Chronicles of Nick series by Sherilyn Kenyon. The Chronicle of Nick series is a young adult spin-off of her adult series, The Dark Hunters, and that's like over 20 books in the series. Like, it's a huge series, and it's all about these people called Dark Hunters that fight against demons and, you know, all these other paranormal creatures. There's lots of paranormal elements. There's like gods in these books. There's a crazy amount of power. There's some really, really disturbing bad guys. And it's really good. Like, I haven't read any of the Dark Hunters, but if I read one book, it's going to be the one telling Acheron's story. His nickname is Ash, but she has a whole book just about him, and if I ever read one of them, that's the one I'm going to read because I love him in the Chronicles of Nick series. He's dark, mysterious. He's insightful and brooding, and there's just like something about him that draws me. And he's literally the epitome of tall, dark, and handsome. And did I mention that he's a god? No, I didn't. Well, he is. I want him as my boyfriend. Sorry, Phil. I still love you. I promise. And here's a quote from him. It says, "Life isn't about forgetting or tuning out. It's about learning to live with and accept your worst mistakes. It's what makes us, even the gods, human." I love this quote because it's stuff, he says stuff like this to Nick all the time, the main character who is just learning about all these paranormal elements that kind of all center around him, and he's trying to learn how to deal with that and also still be a normal kid and, have his first girlfriend and get through, high school and the bullying situation in high school. And Ash really helps him through it, and I just love his character. He's amazing. So if you haven't checked out this series, I highly recommend it. It's really good. The writing's really great, and the setting is cool. There's tons of cool creatures, and there's a lot of like mystery and intrigue in the plot. And I think that everybody would really like it. If you're a paranormal fan, definitely check them out. I will link to my reviews below so you can learn more. My last paranormal book boyfriend is Wolf from Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. I know that the book isn't really paranormal. It's science fiction, but I really, Wolf is definitely a paranormal creature, so I'm definitely going to include him on this list. Wolf is dark, mysterious, and powerful. He's everything that I love in a book boyfriend. He has these eyes, and I remember when I read the very first description of Wolf's eyes, I was just like, I'm done. Well, I'm in love with him. We're done here. And I wish I had my book with me. Sorry, I don't have any books because I'm in the middle of moving and all my stuff is in storage right now, because if I had my book, I would flip open to that chapter and read you the description that just stole my heart. But Wolf, he fights his animal instincts because he cares so much about Scarlet. And I really think that he also cares about his own humanity. Yes, he's been altered, and yes, he has these deeper instincts that, I guess they're darker instincts. But he fights them because he wants to remain human, and he wants to feel things like a human being does. And I love him. And can I just say that I'm dying to get my hands on Crest? Is anybody else dying? And I just found out today that I'm going to be participating in the Lit Lushes Crest ARC tour. So hopefully I'm going to be reading it soon. Maybe I have it in my hands already by the time you guys see this. I don't know. I'm really excited about it though. And this is seriously one of my all-time favorite series. If you think that cyborgs aren't for you, if you think that fairy tale retellings aren't for you, and you've been putting this book off, just stop. I didn't think that it was for me. I was like, a Cinderella retelling and cyborgs, that doesn't sound like something that I would enjoy. I want to slap myself for not reading it sooner. That's how good it was, guys. And I see Cinder pop up on more people's lists that say, one book that surprised you in a good way, more than any other book. It's always Cinder. So if you're still on the fence about this series, get off the fence. Read the books. They're amazing. Seriously. Just stop watching this video and go read Cinder right now. A quote from Wolf before I move on. He says, "I think I realized that I would rather die because I betrayed them than live because I betrayed you." So adorable. I love him. Okay, that is all my paranormal book boyfriends for the month. My hot guy of the month is going to be Prince Damien from Defy by Sarah B. Larson. I just finished this book last night. It's a new young adult fantasy that's coming out in January, I believe. And it was really good. I really enjoyed it. And Damien was this super dark character. He's super complex. He kind of acts like a jerk, but obviously there's a lot more beneath the surface. There's a lot of political intrigue going on in it, and I really enjoyed it. So you guys should definitely be checking that book out if you haven't already. And I hope you enjoyed watching me swoon over my favorite paranormal book boyfriends, and I will see you guys next month. Bye!